I'm good, how are you?
I'm very good, thanks. Where are you calling us from today?
My flat in Clapham.
Oh, lovely, lovely.
What about you?
I'm in Stafford, so West Midlands.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But has it always been your dream to be a musician?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like when I was little, I started writing like poems and then I
Yeah.
turned them into songs. I mean, I couldn't play any instruments, but I'd always put like melodies to them. And I always wanted to be a pop star. I'd make all my friends at school like get into girl bands with me and perform in like talent shows with me. I'd write us a song and be like, okay, we're singing this. And yeah, I do like pop star, like roadshow, like summer camps and summer holidays and stuff. So yeah, basically always wanted to do it and just never grew out of the dream.
Do you remember what the first song you wrote was?
Oh my God, there were so many. There was one when I was young, like pre-knowing kind of what this all meant. But me and my friend wrote a song about a boy two-timing. It was like, it went something like, one boy, two girls, three lovers equals two-timing, baby. Pick a girl and get out of here. Yeah, come on, hurry. They might need you, but you don't need both of them. Pick a lady. You can't face it, but you know that you're a two-timer.
Wow, that's amazing. How old were you when you did that?
I think I was about 12.
That's impressive.
And that wasn't the first. There were many more that came before that, but I always remember that one because I was like, oh my God, that's basically what I write about now.
And so what is your songwriting process like then? Do you normally start with like lyrics or a concept, or is it an instrument?
Usually for me, it's the instrumental. Like I won't usually have, I know lots of writers have like title ideas. I don't usually have that. I kind of, I'll just go into the session. I'll know whether I want to write like an upbeat or a sassy or like a sad song. I'll usually won't reference other artists' tracks. I'll reference demos of mine that I know I really like and might be potential singles, so that we can kind of write something that fits with those. And then as the producer starts to build a beat, I usually need a beat. Like I'm not one for writing over just piano and guitar. I need a beat to get in the zone. And then kind of the words and the melody will come simultaneously usually.
Yeah. And what's the song that you're most proud of then that you've made?
A couple of my friends have asked me this recently, actually, and I don't really know the answer. I guess it's kind of like making, asking somebody to pick between their kids. So I'm like, I'm proud of them and have different, for different reasons. I have like different connections to lots of them. Give and Take is obviously like my song that kind of put me on the map, so to speak. Like, so I love that song. Business I love because it's like shows a more vulnerable side. Self-Love because of the message of it, and I know that loads of fans really connected with that, and it gives them a boost when they need it. And also it's been great for me in terms of syncs, like lots of TV shows and ads and stuff seem to like it, so that's great. I love them all. Silly Boy is one of my faves. But I don't know, proud of, I guess I'm proud of all of them.
And was one of your tracks featured on Love Island? Is that correct?
Yeah, I think a couple of them happened. Self-Love was, when they were doing the pie competition. That was perfect.
Did they tell you about that beforehand, or were you just watching it and you're like, wow, this is my song?
I can't remember with that one. I think there was a heads up that it was going to probably be in one coming up, but I didn't know for sure. And then it's just like, obviously I don't think I was watching it live because I was in Australia with my ex-boyfriend, but I started getting lots of messages being like, your song's on. And that's happened recently with Self-Love and a couple of things. Like sometimes I don't know when they're coming out or if they're going to be in there, and then I suddenly get lots of messages and I'm like, oh, go to my planner and put it on record.
And so we've got Rosé, that's the latest single of yours. Can you tell us a little bit more about that one?
Actually, I'm very proud of Rosé as well, because that one we wrote that in the first lockdown, so over Zoom, and it was like kind of maybe a month in, so really in the midst of it, and obviously not knowing quite how long this was all going to go on for. But I was like really, same as everyone, I was really missing human connection. I was missing my boyfriend. I was missing like the thought of summer not being able to be had and like not being able to go away. So me and Matthew and Joey, we were like, let's write a song that basically transports you to that place, that idyllic place, takes you away from COVID. So we wrote about kind of being reunited after 100 days. Oh, I wish it was only 100 days. Like, we're a year down now. And kind of like wanted to be a bit of a sensory overload. So I actually, that is one of my favorite songs I've ever put out. And it came out just before Christmas, which was a bit later than it was supposed to be, and I was a bit worried about it, like not really connecting, but actually obviously because we went back into lockdown just for Christmas, I think people were like, yes, give me that like escapism, so it worked quite nicely. But yeah, wrote it over Zoom, and I didn't do that many Zoom sessions in the first lockdown because it was a bit of a weird transition, and I still don't love them. Like, it's so much better being in the studio, but the fact that we got a single and one of my favorite songs ever from it, so it's great. Yeah, really proud of that.
Yeah, I think that's the first single that I actually heard of yours, and then I sort of got onto your other music after hearing that one. Yeah, it sort of popped up on my Spotify one day, and I was like, oh
yes.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different. It's a little bit of a departure from my other songs, but it's a lot of my friends' favorite. I think, you know, it's just a little bit more mature, maybe. Yeah.
And with like the writing over Zoom and stuff, I've spoke to quite a few people that have said there's quite a difference between what they were writing before, when you'd be like with everyone in the studio, and then taking that to just being over Zoom and getting like a song knocked out really, really quickly. But do you think that sort of takes away a lot of the like in the room magic?
Yeah, like I'm now like really starting to get antsy, and like even because the thing with Zoom is it can be quite nice because it's quite quick. You get the song done quite, you know, you're kind of in and out. But then as the vocalist, you then have to then record the vocals yourself at home, and that for me, I have a real like block up against it. Like when I get down to it, it's fine, but like today I've got to do some recording for vocals for sort of Zooms that I've done over the last couple of weeks, and I just keep, you know, like procrastinating. I just like being in the room. And I'm so grateful for producers and being in the studio and having, you know, that, because also like you give a different performance when you're in the room with the team. And also writing in like of course writing is so much better, I find, in the room where there's a vibe and you can hear each other and it's not kind of all like fragmented and you're doing a voice note and you're sending it on a WhatsApp group. And I did enjoy it quite a lot in January, February time, but I'm now back out the other side and I'm like, nope, I need real studio, please. So it's been a bit of an emotional roller coaster. Zooms are much more tiring, like emotionally draining.
And then we've got the collaboration with Svea. Am I saying her name right? Svea?
I think it's Svea.
Svea. Yeah, I was on like Google Translate. I'm like, please don't say her name wrong. Just like,
Svea.
Yeah, so that's the sort of latest collaboration. How did that one come about, you two working together?
So that her team got in touch with mine. I think she came across, I can't remember, she told me, I can't remember how she came across my music, but we actually both have a song called Give and Take. So that's just a funny coincidence. But she basically had this EP Pity Party, which came out at the end of last year, which I love. And she asked her fans which one they'd like her to release a stripped back version of, which song from the EP, and they picked that song. And they just reached out and asked if I wanted to get on it. And I love the song. It's like very relatable, very raw, and I'm a big fan of hers. So it just seemed like a nice fit. So it was really fun to do that. And I've never done a collab with just me and one other female artist, and also obviously really nice to do it with somebody international. So
she's Swedish, isn't she?
Swedish, yeah.
And are there any other artists that you'd really like to work with?
So many. So many. If we're talking like pie in the sky, I'm like Mark Ronson, Miley Cyrus, you know. Who would I like to work with? I'd really love to work with Joel Corey. Who else? God, there's so many people. Lots of female artists that I'd love to work with. I'd love to do like a collabs EP where it's me and lots of different female artists. So I'm thinking about that's something on my radar for this year. So watch this space.
So do you think we'll definitely get like a bigger body of work, maybe like an album or something in the near future?
I think probably realistically this year it'll be an EP. I don't think I'll do an album just yet, but who knows? Like I think I definitely want to get. I've got loads. The thing is, I've got loads of songs at the moment that I love. Like I think I've got some of my best demos ever. So I want people to hear them. So it's a case. It's trying to figure out what the best way to release them is. So maybe it's a case of a couple of EPs with like different concepts or something. I've also written quite a few sad songs recently, which isn't usually my forte, or it's just not something I've done. But I really love the songs, and they're very representative of a place I was in last year. So I'd quite like to release those as well. So we shall see.
And I hear Elton John's a fan of your music as well. Has he played you on his show?
Yeah, he played me on Rocket Hour. It was a couple of years back. It was my song As If, which was very, yeah, like I can see why he picked that song. That was quite a funky song. I feel like he'd love Rosé as well, actually.
Yeah.
I need to get on that. But yeah, my dad was so excited. He like set an alarm. I think the timing of the show was like quite early or quite late, and my dad set an alarm and like disrupted his sleep so that he could hear it live. Number one fan. So yeah, that was very cool hearing Elton John say my name and playing my song for sure.
And aside from like releasing music and stuff, have you got any other plans for the year? We got like festivals and stuff. Can we expect to see you at any of those?
Yes, hopefully. I've got a couple confirmed, but I can't say what they are yet. But I'm so excited for that. Like, I kind of, I think like everybody, we weren't allowing ourselves to even dream that there would be festivals this year. So the fact that there is, and now that I've got a couple of things lined up, I'm absolutely buzzing. It's going to be weird though, because my last show was October 2019. So by the time I perform again, it's going to be nearly 2 years. So I'm going to be so scared, so excited, like all of the emotions. But yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, definitely some live stuff coming up this year, and a couple other things. Yeah.
So I'm guessing a lot of this music that you're releasing, no one's heard live yet.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, all of last year, Downhill From Here, Strike, Rosé, none of those. Actually, I guess the October tour that I did, I actually played Strike, Downhill From Here and one other demo, and got the audience to vote and choose the singles, and they voted Downhill From Here. So they have heard Downhill From Strike, but both in demo form, like not the proper masters. So it'll be really fun to be able to play those live. God, yeah, I hadn't really thought about that. Oh my God, I can't wait.
And do you have a preference over playing live or being in the studio? Or would you like them both equally?
I like a combination.
Yeah.
But there's nothing like there's no feeling like playing live. Like but I think obviously like once you've done a certain amount of time or a tour or whatever, you probably hit a bit of okay, now I need to just get back to writing and like chill time, because touring is just hectic. So yeah, I think the two balance each other out quite nicely, but I cannot wait to perform again.
And who's your favourite person to be on tour with?
Like if I could support someone?
Yeah.
If I could support another artist. Oh, again, how big are we going? Like something
as big as you want.
Big as I want. Rihanna.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
That would be so incredible. Oh my God, imagine the backstage antics. Oh God, just to be that present. That'd be amazing. She's just so sick. I've seen her live a couple of times, and I saw her live in Barbados, and it was just amazing. She is a queen. I miss her.
I know, it's been a while since she's released music now, hasn't it?
Yeah, years and years. And I know, I get it, she's focusing on her other brands, but oh my God.
And I got the listeners to send in a few questions for you.
Oh, cute.
So we've got one from Michael, and he says, have you got any tips for aspiring songwriters?
Tips would be, I reckon, this work with as many people as you can, because I think like you will constantly learn from other people. Like I used to write just me and a producer in a room, and now I like to be me, producer and co-writer, because it's just I know there are some people who write completely alone, and that I guess that's the other thing. Find out what works for you, because it's very personal. But I think, and it also depends what kind of genre he's in, I guess, as well. But for me, I like to be able to bounce ideas off people. I can't write by myself alone at home, and also just go out and experience things, write truthfully about your life experiences. Also, it doesn't hurt writing is a skill, so it doesn't hurt to do exercises, like writing exercise in the morning. I know lots of people who do that. Just keep notes in your phone of stuff whenever it comes to you. Just keep going. Because it's a long road.
Yeah. We have one from Ben as well. He says, who's the most famous person in your phone book?
Oh God, I don't think anyone very exciting. Professor Green.
Oh, that's quite a big one. Yeah.
Probably.
And then we've got one from Chrissy, and she says, your songs have such an uplifting vibe and always manage to bring me joy in what's been a difficult year. Do you have any tips for staying positive?
Oh, that's so sweet. I think it's really personal. You have to find out what works for you. And I think this year more than ever, like people have been really pushed, and we've had to kind of get creative. But I think always do your walk, get some fresh air. It really, really helps. I mean, it'll be easier when the weather starts to get a bit better. Whether it's like, and then maybe, some sort of exercise or meditation, but that doesn't work for everyone. I'm not a meditator. I don't do yoga and stuff. What I do is in the morning now, as of this year, because I've been living alone since January, my friend's really into journaling and like writing his manifestations and his gratification. So I started doing that in January, and I found that so useful, because it's like I write a diary for the first few pages, and it's just kind of like as if I'm chatting to a friend. And then 5 things I'm grateful for that day, each day. And sometimes you can't find 5, or sometimes they're really silly things, but it helps you to just kind of like start your day off right. And if you're writing manifestations of kind of what, I write it so that I'm writing in the present tense, but as if it's 6 months. So like, I've done this, I'm doing this. And that will kind of set you up. It'll set your brain up to be like, okay, well, if I want to achieve those things that I've written down as manifestations, I should probably be doing these things to try and help myself get there. So I find it's quite a good kind of exercise to do. And just talking to friends, like if you're feeling down, the minute you FaceTime a friend or family member, you're going to feel better. So yeah.
Thanks. And then I've got a bit of a quick fire round for you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so what's the last song you listened to?
Oh God, I was just listening to Radio 1, and it was Halsey's cover of the Jonas Brothers' Sucker, like in the Live Lounge. Very good.
What's the first gig that you went to?
Oh God, it would have been S Club 7 or Westlife or something like that. I'm not sure definitely which one was the first. I'd have to ask my mum. My memory's awful.
They're good ones. Was there ever like a pinnacle moment, kind of like being at a gig or listening to a song and you're like, this is what I have to do? I
think I don't remember the first time, but basically when I realized I could sing.
Yeah.
And I was just so obsessed with pop music. I mean, I was obsessed with Britney, and then I was obsessed with Christina Aguilera and her Stripped album, and that kind of time was like, I was obsessed, and I would sing along. My parents got me a karaoke machine, and you could play the CD and also put a tape in and like record yourself singing along and like listen to it back. And I used to do Christina Aguilera's Stripped album and Destiny's Child Survivor album. And I feel like that's when I was like really honing like my performance and my voice and stuff. And when I was 14, my parents got me like a day in a recording studio for my birthday. So I recorded a couple of songs then. So that was the first time I'd ever actually like been in a studio. And but I don't know, when I was younger, I was just like obsessed with pop and being a pop star.
What's the song that you wish you'd written?
Oh, there's so many. Labyrinth, Jealous. I love that song.
And what's the first album that you bought?
I think it was Steps. I think it was a Steps cassette, the one that had Tragedy on it. And then Alicia Keys' Songs in A Minor CD. That was definitely one I used to listen to a lot back in the day. I used to think it was, I still remember I was in the car with my brother and my dad when I was little. And I was like, what's Amina? And they were like, what do you mean? I was like, because this Alicia Keys album is called Songs in Amina. Like, where is it? And they were like, I was so embarrassed. I still remember it now. I was like, oh my God, that's so dumb.
And have you got any hidden talents?
I'm like hyper flexible, so I can do some really weird things with my elbows. And I'm really weirdly good at remembering Wi-Fi passwords.
Oh, good. They're quite difficult as well, aren't they? With the letters and the numbers, I can never remember.
Yeah, somehow they just stick in my brain. Maybe I'm just Wi-Fi addicted.
What's your favourite venue to play?
Ooh. I mean, I guess I'd have to go on just my favourite gig, which would have been, God, where was it? I think it was Barfly in Camden, but was that the old name of it? Now it's changed names, and that was my headline show in November 2018, and that was my favourite show because it was just like, headline shows are amazing and the energy was incredible, and we sold it out and I wasn't signed and stuff. So I was really proud. Venue wise, like I guess I haven't actually played that many shows where I can kind of compare the venues that much. I mean, I've got like my venue hit list of like certain places I want to play, but that's more about the size. Just being like, I want to tick that off, got to do the O2 Academy. But yeah.
And are there any other smaller artists that you want to give a shout out to?
Oh, smaller artists. I mean, I know there's amazing ones, although I feel like most of my mates now are doing so well. They definitely wouldn't qualify as smaller. Oh no, I can't think of anyone off the top of my head. I'll have to come back to you on that one.
Okay. And do you have a favourite quote?
I mean, the quote I always say for my music is, "What's bad for your heart is good for your art." Because
yeah.
I always have to like look at the silver lining when stuff is horrible or breakups or whatever. I just have to think like, at least I can write good songs.
And do you feel like you often write when you're in that place? And then
yeah, I'm not really one for writing happy songs, to be honest. I shy away from kind of mushy, cheesy stuff. So most of my stuff is very like sassy or angry or recently sad.
What's your Greg's order?
Oh, vegan sausage roll.
I thought you'd be a vegan sausage roll person. You look too healthy to go for the normal sausage roll.
To be fair, I like meat. I just stopped eating it mostly about 2 years ago because I was like, I'm going to see if I can, and I like animals. Yeah. But I recently have had a little bit of chicken here and there. But I'm not vegan. Like, I eat fish and I eat cheese and stuff, and I eat but I find the vegan ones better now. I'm obsessed with veggie sausage rolls and veggie sausages now.
I've never tried the vegan one, so I'll have to give it a go then.
You should try it. Like, it's so good. It just doesn't, I mean, I don't, it's good. Highly recommend. And they're so cheap.
Yeah. And where am I? Oh yeah, finally, would you like to request a song for me to play on the show?
Ooh, yes. Black Hole by Griff.
Oh, excellent choice. Her new EP is so good, isn't it?
She's just amazing. Yeah. She's amazing. Like, she's flying and she so deserves it. It's incredible.
And so do you want to do a little plug if people want to hear a bit more from you and your music? Where can they find you?
Yes, my name is Call Me Loop. I'm a pop artist, and you can find me at Call Me Loop on all socials. Very easy, basically, across everything: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, etc. Just at Call Me Loop, and there I shall be. That's
brilliant. Thanks so much for coming on the show. It's been great talking to you.
Thank you for having me.
That's all right. What are you going to go do now?
I've got vocals and stuff to do.
Cool.
Yeah, I know. I need to get myself in the zone.
Thanks so much for coming on again.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Right. You too. Bye.